All the little 2-year-old boy wanted to do was draw. But at his home on a farm in Galeton, Colorado, he just didn't have the right materials. No sketchbooks, no pads, no notebooks. He did have walls, though, perfect for drawing. Yet he thought he would be in big trouble with his mother if he drew on her walls. But his desire to draw overcame his fear, and he drew a duck. He liked the duck so much he drew another duck, and then another and another until every square inch of wall space was covered with ducks. His mother later said that she knew from that moment her son would become a great artist. The year was 1939. 13 years later, as a junior at Hill Rose High School in Hill Rose, Colorado, he sold his first watercolor paintings. He kept his avid interest in art, but did not seriously consider making art his profession. For an English class essay on Don Quixote, he didn't write a single word. Instead, he illustrated the famous book. He got an A. "I was always doodling," he says. He worked numerous jobs, and it wasn't until 1974 that a friend suggested he take a stained glass course. He did, he excelled, and 33 years after his duck drawings on the wall, the professional art career of Francis Denning began. Francis married Nelly in 1961, and after living in several small towns on the Eastern Plains, the couple moved to Greeley. Francis became the father of 2 girls, Cynthia and Nancy Michelle, and a son, James. He worked as a farm laborer and a U.S. Army security agent. He worked with migrants with the Vista Agency and 8 Head Start schools. He even managed the night shift at a Greeley McDonald's for a short time. Using his 2 college degrees, a Bachelor of Arts in Foreign Languages and a Master of Arts in Anthropology, Francis taught Spanish and German at Kersey High School and Anthropology at the University of Northern Colorado. He and Nelly, who also had an anthropology degree, taught together. "As department chair, I finally got to be her boss," Francis laughed. They both left the profession in 1984. The Dennings moved into a house on 7th Street in Greeley in 1978. 4 years later, Francis and Nelly converted the living room and dining rooms and several upstairs rooms into what would be named the Dragon's Cache. An art gallery and art school, the Dragon's Cache was the first such facility in Greeley inside a private home. Francis took great pride in teaching watercolor and stained glass and displaying his students' art. Many of his watercolor and stained glass pieces were also featured. The little house on 7th Avenue became a haven for local and new artists, and the classes held upstairs were always full of students learning the skills Francis had taught himself over many years. Nelly passed away in 2015, and 7 years later, Francis closed the Dragon's Cache for good. Daughter Cynthia still lives in the house where many art pieces are in view, some of them Francis's, and many of them from other artists. Cynthia's son has also established himself as a stained glass creator of note in Greeley. Francis Denning's stained glass works can be found all around Greeley and Weld County. The Tointon Gallery sign in the Union Colony Civic Center is his, as well as the ballerina work hanging above the UCCC lobby. Considered to be the greatest stained glass artist in Greeley's history, Francis also created a brilliantly colored columbine flower panel, which was given to Greeley's sister city of Moriya, Japan. His works can be seen in more than 35 churches throughout the region, including 8 in Greeley. The artist believes his best stained glass panels are in the Congregational Church in Eaton. Francis says that creating art for churches and repairing the panels of other artists has, quote, been an exciting path because, as an anthropologist, I've been able to maintain my interest in diverse religions. A family-published book, The Church Windows of Francis Denning, contains nearly 100 photographs of his works. His awards are many, and his community involvement includes serving with Nelly on the city board which established the Greeley Arts Picnic, and memberships in the Greeley Chamber of Commerce, Greeley Downtowners, the Glass Artist Fellowship, and the Greeley Art Association. Now an active octogenarian, Francis Denning, who grew up wearing cowboy clothes and is still seen dressed strikingly like Buffalo Bill, continues creating art at his new home in Menominee, Wisconsin, where he moved in 2022. He says that maybe his best stained glass work ever is about to be completed. And although Fancis has created thousands of paintings and stained glass pieces, that first little duck on the wall in Galeton has never left his delightfully artful mind, even if it has morphed into a goose. Francis Denning's impact on visual arts in Greeley will long be treasured by all who have worked with him, studied under him, and stood in the glow of his stunning creations.